Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. It's Wednesday, which means it's a brand new comic day. New comics are in the shelves all across the world. You can go get them in your comic shop right now. And in my hands is one of those releases. It's Atlantis Wasn't Built for Tourists, number 3 from Scout Comics. Really interesting series. The one that's I've been enjoying more and more as it's been going on. It's a really kind of cool concept, and I think it really clicked on the second issue for me as to what I like about it. So it's written and created by Eric Palicki. Art is by Wendell Cavalcanti. Colors by Mark Dale. Letter is Shawn Lee. So the series, the way I describe it, would be like Walking Tall meets Lost Boys. A stranger comes into a town and has to deal with like the crooked sheriff and the crooked politics. And in this case, there's a supernatural aspect of it, which is the Lost Boys aspect of it. That there is, like, that the town has cut a deal with local vampires. The stranger, of course, has a history of his own that we learn about. You can kind of get some hints on this cover. And this issue really kind of more dives into that. It really tells us more about the history of this wanderer, like what his deal is, why he came to this town, where he's going. And it really opens up, I think, some really kind of interesting aspects of the series, and the characters, and you know, puts the pieces into place for the series to wrap up. I don't know if it's going to be four or 5 issues, but it's good. Like, it's just a solid, crooked sheriff story with the hero coming in to clean up stuff. It's not really more complicated than that, but it does that in a really solid way, and it does it in a very entertaining way, and it works. Like, it just works really, really well. And I liked this issue in that it explains so much on the characters and what the kind of the town situation is and why things are the way they are. But does so in a very flowing way that doesn't hurt the narrative at all. It still just moves the story along. This isn't an issue where, like, hey, I'm going to sit in this place and tell my story for the entire issue, and by the end of the issue I'm still sitting in that same place. Like, it's able to move the characters, move the plot, and get things going, and kind of take us to the beginning of the end game of the series that, it just works well. Like, it just flows really well, and then for the series it flows well. So, like, I dig the concepts thrown in there. I like the characters. I like what's been revealed. It's just a neat concept. It's a really smart. I don't want to call it simple, but, like, as I said, it's like Walking Tall meets Lost Boys. Like, this isn't, and with the crooked sheriff with a hero coming into clean town sort of story. Like, it's not that complicated. We've seen this narrative many, many times in so many different films and comics and all that. So, like, that aspect's not new, but, like, how it does its twist and the characters and all that, it does feel new and it does feel different, and I'm digging it. Like, I'm really, really digging it. Like, the first issue I was like, okay, this is interesting. The second, it's grow on me a lot more, and the third, I think it's really clicking for me. And I'm glad I'm continuing and going with it. The art is pretty cool. Like, there's a little kind of grittiness to it that fits the style and the genre. It's not art that blows me away, but I like it. Like, it's good, solid comic art. I particularly like the flashbacks of this, and this is kind of the flashback I'm getting at, is the coloring of the flashback, the style of it. Like, there's something almost classical horror about it, but not quite a total throwback to, like, EC days. You can see it feels inspired by it, but it's not a straight homage to that. I like it. Like, it's good art. And, like, that nice, like, B rating, like a giving it a solid B type of thing. So overall, I like the comic. It's really cool. The concept's neat. And, if you haven't picked up the series, see if you can find back issues and start from the beginning. If you've read the first 2 issues, I think you're going to really dig the 3rd issue in that it does a lot of reveals and explains a lot while still moving the story along and actually adding depth to the characters that makes them more interesting in my opinion. They're not quite as cliche as they were before, of just, hey, here's the good guy, wanderer, who's stumbled into the bad thing. Like, there's a little bit more to that. So check it out. Like, this is a very cool series, and I recommend it. If you like if you like that kind of, I don't know, like it's not exploitation isn't the right term, like that 70s crooked cops, crooked sheriff story, but with a supernatural twist, this series is for you. Like that's the kind of genre that I'm thinking of when I read this, and that's a genre I love. Like I kind of grew up watching those type of films. So yeah, out now this week. You can go get it in comic shops. Go hit up your comic shop. I've got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. I'll tell the shops near you. No shop, no problem. We do have some affiliate links that are affiliate links, which means we get a small percentage. By doing that, you help support our site. So thank you. But really, you should go support your comic shop. And speaking of support, I want to thank you for watching. You know, that enough helps us out a ton. And if you are into Scout Comics, if you're into comics in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy, keeping it nice and consistent. So until next time, keep reading those comics and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.